water or electricity. And in Skylines, it seems like somehow they do have that, like, each sim does live in, or each, I guess they're not called sims.
Each citizen.
Each citizen, like, does have a life. So they start out as children, and then the children can only go to elementary schools. And, like, teenagers can't go to elementary schools because they're teenagers, so they can only go to high schools. And, like, if you watch one property, the children will slowly become teenagers, and then they'll become adults, and then they'll become seniors. And it's like, oh, that's sort of cool. And so that's why they have that death mechanic, where it's like, yeah, the hearses have to come and take the dead people away. At one point, because I didn't know about the graveyards, there was just tons of little skull and crossbones on all of my buildings. Like, what's going on? I look at the tweets and it was like, are we just supposed I mean, what are we supposed to do with all these dead bodies? It's like, you're asking me, I don't know. What are you supposed to do with the dead bodies? Like, oh, the cemeteries.
Okay, so like for the Sims that like have their own houses and like lives and stuff, is there like a commute system where it's like if they live closer that they're more happier or something like that?
um Maybe. I actually don't think that
Okay, because that would
is
have been pretty cool.
simulation at all. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Because it's like if the Sims just, or like in the Sim version, if it's just like, oh, we're just gonna go to this building and it's where we work, and then we're going to this house that's not ours and that's where we live. It's like that'd have been really cool to have some sort of like, you know.
Yeah. It's hard to say because well, first of all, my city is really small at this point. Yeah, that's another complaint. It basically addresses all the complaints of the SimCity that was released last by Maxis. It's just like, oh, these land plots are too small. And so in Skylines, you can buy more and more land plots and just make this humongous, ginormous city. Um, some of the other complaints, oh, the online only thing. It's like, well, now it's not online only. It's like, well, Skylines is not online only. Um, you can't really mod SimCity or in the original, and so Skylines has tons and tons of mods. But then, the things that people liked about SimCity, those are all in it in Skylines as well. So the way that the different data is represented visually is like, oh, it makes it sort of this monochrome black and white city. And then it shows like green areas are where people are happy, and like yellow areas they're not as happy, and red areas are like there's problems here. Being able to draw curved roads and things like that, so that's all in there. The way that you place zones and things like that is pretty much the same in both games. Yeah, it's so far it's really cool. It's like, yeah, this is the SimCity for everyone who hated the last SimCity or who felt the SimCity that came out from EA was sort of lacking. Yeah. I got a kick out of that, actually. I got it. I was like, wait, this is basically entirely the same, except way more complicated.
That's pretty cool.
uh,
I added to
yeah,
my wish list because of you.
it is really cool.
Pretty good recommendation right there. And it's cheap. What, $30?
Yeah, it's only 30. Because it's I think it's an indie game, actually. I think this would be considered an indie game. But it's a pretty good facsimile graphically of the actual SimCity, and many improvements. So it's pretty neat. I also pre-ordered Starships, Sid Meier's Starships, because I just read sort of a short Q&A about how Microprose, was it?
I didn't they make a Worms or whatever, or publisher, developer, one of the two.
They published a lot of stuff back in the day, but
Yeah,
like
XCOM
that
and
was
stuff.
that was the original Sid Meier's publisher
Okay.
and development house. And it's just, yeah, it was very interesting how those guys started up. Sid Meier's was not really into the business. He was just like he was working. They were working at a different place entirely, and he didn't want to risk his job there. So he was just making these games on the side. Yeah, it's fascinating. It's a game. It's a book. Gamers at Work, and just like they interviewed a whole bunch of different people who founded different studios like Atari, EA, Obsidian, Troika, Microprose, and like a whole bunch of others. Some of them, most of them succeeded. Some of them failed and are gone. Oh, Ensemble was in there. It's a pretty interesting read. Yeah. Did I play anything else? I don't think so. Just been trying out my system for various reasons, and Monster Hunter is really, really hard for me because I've never played any of them before. It's just the mission I was stuck on for like 3 days was it told me to go out and hunt or get a certain like Kelby horn or something like that. And I was like, okay, but you didn't tell me what that is or what animal it comes from, and there's not a picture or anything. And I just went out. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I went out and just killed everything I could see. It's like, is it this one? Nope, numbers didn't change. It's like, was it that one? Nope. It's like, oh, the number changed. It's like, wait, but which one was it?
Yeah, that's the thing that kills me about that game. Like, it tells you to kill something, and then, okay, what do I kill? Like, there's no encyclopedia or
it just
anything.
sends you out there. It's like, go do it. It's like, but yeah, just go. It's like, okay, you don't know where to go. You don't know what it looks like. You don't know what you're looking for.
Like, kill a big jaggy. What the hell does a big jaggy look like?
It's like, what's a jaggy?
I guess if if you've been playing that series for a long time, it's like you know what they're talking about. But then if you're a newcomer, it's like I have no idea where to start. So
I'm wondering,
yeah,
did
just
they,
like you,
they
just go
introduce all
around.
that stuff on PS2?
I
guessing.
think there was like, see, I know there's like guides that you could buy from the shops that were like strategies on monsters, but I don't know if it was like a thing where it was like describing what it looked like or give a picture because I never bought any. I think
Oh,
it
like,
was the
In
same.
the game?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. That would be nice and in fiction. Yeah. But right now it's just like I'm supposed to be this guy, but I'm not this guy. And so I don't know what I'm doing.
What's your weapon of choice, Tropical?
I've been playing with I think it's called an insect glaive. It's weird. It's like the weapons don't seem that different to me at this point.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't really. It's just like, well, this one attacks, and this button also attacks, but it is a more different attack, and that's pretty much it. Like nothing seems to attack me, or when they do, they don't seem to do much damage. So I guess I'm not too worried at this point.
Is there still the thing where the monsters don't have health bars?
Yes.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
one thing
Guess
that
I didn't
killed
notice
me
that.
because it's like you'd be fighting this like epic monster and it's like, dude, is it dead? And sometimes it started limping. It's like, oh, it's almost dead, but then whatever.
The grind continues. Yeah, actually, I picked up Captain Toad and
Treasure tracker?
the new Treasure Tracker and the
Yay.
new Kirby game, but I haven't gotten to try them yet. Like I got them basically so my daughter can try different stuff. Like she's hit a wall in Pikmin. I think she needs to be able to read in order to progress any further. And but she still really likes it, so she's always playing Pikmin. And then sometimes, like, basically I'll just she treats the Wii U as a portable gaming device, so she only plays on the gamepad. So she knows how, like in Wind Waker, you have to push the minus button to put it on the gamepad, and she knows how to do that with basically every single game that I have. But then, so yeah, like I'm basically I want her to play different stuff and not play the same thing all the time. To just I don't know get exposure to different experiences and something. It's like how rats learn. I finally understand why they study rats. Like rats at an early stage of development in humans and rats are actually pretty similar in the way that they learn. It's just that humans have much greater potential capacity. So yeah, I just want to expose her to different stuff, different mechanics, and different yeah stuff. So every few days I'll switch the game that's in the Wii U, and then when she finds the gamepad, as she always does, and turns it on, there always every few days there'll be something different. The Pikmin's a digital one, so she can always find that one. But yeah, Kirby, she's not really. I guess it's too early to tell. It took her a while to get Pikmin, but Kirby, like, she doesn't understand how to do anything yet, really. In Treasure Tracker, she knows how to walk around because that translates directly from Pikmin, but she doesn't really know the objective or what you're trying to do. Yeah, like Smash Brothers, she just likes watching the AI beat each other up. Mario Kart, she can actually play, so that impressed me when I first like. I just heard a race end. I was like, did you finish a race? Wow. What else did she play? Like Donkey Kong Tropic.
Freeze.
Yeah, that one. She likes the when Donkey Kong slaps the ground. I don't know. Oh man, I got Wii Music.
Oh, I saw.
I have a
video.
rental store here. It's crazy. There's a physical rental store in my town, and they often have they only have so much space, so they're selling some of their old games. And I saw Samba de Amigo, and I was like, oh, it's Samba! So I should get this. I was like, oh, buy 3 for 20 or something. I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw Wii Music. It's like, sure, we'll try that one out. And here's Sin and Punishment, so we'll get that one too. And then came back and
Gosh, I've got 2 of those 3 games. Really good, just saying. Wii Music.
Wii Music is not really a game at all. It's more of a toy, which I think that's why she was super excited. Man, she ran around for like 2 hours. Basically, it's like pantomime stuff. We type stuff, and so to play piano, you basically like shake each half of the controller as if you're hitting a keyboard, and then all the notes are automatic. So depending on how fast you're doing it, like it'll be like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and if you just shake the controllers on the beats, then it's just very simple Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. But if you go, like 8 times, 4 times or 6 times as fast, then it fills in with all these flourish notes, and then it sounds like a super impressive Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And so, yeah, she really likes music, and she was just like, at first she didn't want to try it at all. I think she does have some sense that I am better at playing games than she is. So sometimes she just wants to watch. But then this one I'm just like, just try it. Like if you hold you don't no skill involved. Just move the controllers and it'll play. And then so finally she tried it. It's like, oh wow, and man, she just ran around with those controllers for so long. And the music actually sounds pretty decent no matter what you're doing. It was, yeah. So.
Oh man, if Nintendo came out with a Theater Rhythm game, I would totally I would die. That would be the best game ever.
Did you see Theater Rhythm Dragon Quest?
Yeah, Dragon Quest one. Yeah, I saw you tweet about it.
Yeah, I was like, so is this this is a franchise now? It's the franchise that is a spin-off that takes spin-offs from every other franchise. Ah, yeah. So yes, in case people have forgotten, I too have a Wii.